first of all, how can you marry somebody like that? They're gonna gamble through your entire life savings because he had a good night out or something like. And then if you lose the money, as he was saying, like how you're gonna get it back if you were just born into it, you never made it. So how are you gonna do it again? So if you marry into a guy that's only rich, not smart, not successful, and then let's say something happens, he loses all the money, he gets sick, whatever, then what? What's gonna happen with your life?
Silver spoon effect.
Yeah.
You're rich, and then what happens?
Well, it's creative intelligence. You have to have the creativity and the passion and the drive and the ingenuity. Let's just say. To rebuild and to create something new, to generate new resources.
Creative intelligence.
I mean, the really the score of a man, like the value of a guy, is his ability to create more resources than he can consume, and then be generous. As she was just saying a second ago, the generosity is actually an attraction cue for women as well, because it means that he's going to be able to take care of you and take care of any children in the future, because once you have children, then the whole situation changes. They're looking for long-term security at that point. So the guy who can generate more resources than he can actually consume, then that implies security to women. Whereas when women are the ones who are making all this money and they've got a guy who doesn't have that ambition, doesn't have that drive, then he becomes just like another child in the house. He becomes dead weight, and now she's the one that has to take over for pick up the slack for this guy's lack of ambition.
Interesting. I want to circle back to one thing. It's weighing on my brain.
Sure.
Because
we have more questions, I'm sure.
We have a bunch, and we're gonna take some audience feedback as well when you have it. But I'm picturing myself on this date with you, this dinner date that we're going on. We're at this amazing sushi restaurant. I take you out.
I also said I have to see if you can hold your chopsticks correctly.
I failed. Sometimes I'll order a fork. You got me.
Gotcha.
Whether it is okay, because I'm putting myself in your boyfriend's situation. Okay. Because I've been on both sides of this date. I've been like the dude that's like, oh my God, the girl just fucking ordered the expensive thing. I'm like, I've been broke. But I wanted to go on this date with this attractive woman, so I took her to a nice place, but did not have money. Now I'm the exact opposite. Order whatever you want. Literally, it's all good. It's not a problem. So here's what I'll say though. Everything you said, the menu, the cost of the menu, how he treats the staff, how he treats his surroundings.
It's not the cost of the menu. Yeah. You don't have to order the most expensive thing, and that's like when you just said that a girl orders like the most expensive thing, like that's not cool.
Okay,
that's not a turn on.
Well, that's my point. So basically here, and then I want to get your thoughts as far as treating, because in college I was a server. My mom had always told me, treat people how you want to be treated yourself. Treat the CEO like the janitor, like the whole thing. So as far as like point number 2, treating the staff, because I've been a server and I can relate to people, I'm good on that. As far as, surroundings, I think that's just being a good human. I don't think like if you're a piece of shit, it's gonna come out and surface, whether it's on the first date, second date, what have you. But back again, being in the money side of thing, as being admittedly someone who was concerned about cost when I did not have money, and now that things are going pretty well, I will say, hey, sweetheart, I eat anything except for olives. If it has olives on it, I'm not gonna eat it. But other than that, I'll eat anything. So order whatever you want, whatever your heart desires, whatever you want to drink. I'm here for you. I'm more focused on you, not the food. Could care less. I do prefer a dinner date rather than coffee. And I see what they order. Yeah. And I give them like free reign.
Do you judge them based on that?
I think just like how you're judging a man, I'm going to, if she ordered the 3 most expensive things on the items, I'll be like, if she's like, I'll have the steak, the lobster, and like also the steak and lobster. I'm like,
with caviar.
Exactly. I'll be like, okay, this girl is what I would call high maintenance.
But
I've dealt with high maintenance girls before. That is fucking not what I'm looking for at this point.
I will say my whole brand identity is being high maintenance. But
you and I would not jive.
But not in a negative way.
Yes.
Not being high maintenance is not negative. People have a negative connotation to it.
I do.
Okay, because you had bad experiences. So let me give you the most basic examples. I get my nails done every 3 weeks. I get my hair done, style it every day.
Your hair looks great, by the way.
Thank you.
I gotta give you credit. Whoever your stylist is, shout out to her.
It's me.
Shout out to Coco.
The headphones are kind of not showing the whole volume, but I take care of myself like a lot.
Yeah.
And that is very high maintenance. And I work out all the time, and I do my.
But there's a difference between self-care and high maintenance.
No, because
maintaining.
it's very difficult to maintain yourself all the time. But high maintenance has a negative connotation because people say the word high maintenance. They're if you have a boat, it's high maintenance. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
It's also a money pit.
You decided to have
Exactly.
it. Well,
It's also a really bad investment.
Yeah, I know.
Should a man pay for a woman's beauty regimen, or should a woman, at the very least, take care of her own stuff?
I think.
Go ahead. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I'll just throw this out there real quick. Hold that thought. Grandma Tomasi once told me, it hurts to be beautiful.
It fucking does. It's hard. No, it's hard because first off, you go through so much, like all the beauty treatments. Like I'm very open on my channel about Botox, fillers, boob jobs, everything. And I have no shame in admitting all of that. But I don't think that men made us this way. Like we want to feel beautiful. We want to feel pretty and we want to do all these things. But being high maintenance is not negative. Being entitled and spoiled and bratty, that is not good. But that's not what high maintenance is. Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
Now?
Okay.
So
She's looking at maintenance costs. Like this is what I have to go through to
the whole time.
to
I'm
look
just
like
thinking of
this.
Grandma Tomasi.
Yeah, well, it hurts to be beautiful, right?
I gotcha.
Yeah.
No, but like if you get your nails done every 3 weeks, is that not high maintenance? If you,
I don't know. I think high maintenance is an attitude.
but
It's not a cost of how much the nails cost.
Well, like anybody
whether
that
the
goes-
nails cost $30 or $80 is irrelevant to me.
Anybody that goes
it's
to
not.
your
I
Instagram.
have to have the best nail thing. That attitude is very unattractive.
but
to
that's
me.
not high maintenance. That's just like a spoiled brat.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's high maintenance to me.
No, it's not because
You have
I'm
high
super
self-care.
No, I'm super high maintenance and I know what I want and I know I want nice things. And I like when I'm going to go, let's say, grocery shop, I'm not going to buy the cheapest salad because I
Has
don't
your
want
boyfriend ever taken you just like a shitty sports bar, grab a beer, have some
Yeah,
chicken
I
wings,
can do
and you're
that.
cool with that?
I can do that.
Can you though?
Peel and eat shrimp.
I
You're
can
okay
do
with
that.
that?
I can
Like beer and peel and eat shrimp, right? Okay.
All right.
I can do. So I also say like in the beginning, it's his time to impress you, and like you should try to do like the finer things in life. But then later down the line, don't be like I'm too good for this. You're not too good for anything. Like tone down.
Got it.
And
Chill the
that's
fuck out.
that's
So
coming from.
you're basically saying treat me really good at the beginning, show me all the good stuff, and I'll come around to normal stuff.
That's what happened with me though. But it's you can also just like jump start high and then you just go down.
Well, that's
because
my point. If
that's
you
not
start
gonna
taking
work.
her out to 5-star restaurants and then you want to go to a 2-star, like
No, she's
a
gonna
month-
dump you because you got used to her. You showed her a certain
Aha.
lifestyle, and you can't
Yeah.
just bail out.
Tyler, you got something, buddy?
Yeah,
Set
so
the standard.
so we asked the audience. 90% of people think that coffee and a walk is a great idea for a date.
Because
which,
they're cheap as fuck.
yeah, it's like, dudes, fucking do better. Make a better first impression.
Yeah.
That's
I actually
pretty
think
sad.
coffee is a horrible first date.
First
It's
Maybe you do that
What do you think
after,
is
right?
happening at 11 a.m. Grabbing an espresso?
Let me just point this out. A coffee
sir.
and a walk, depending on how hot the guy is probably a fine date for guys who look like, you know, Giga Chad, you know.
Who's gigging?
I think
Jason
coffee.
Momoa.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
I think coffee is something you do when you're running your errands, and you're not an errand.
Yeah. Okay. I like the way that you put this.
But hey, real quick, we got a super chat.
Sure.
Poor Man's Podcast. Most men with money don't blow it on first dates. Most men with money get there through financial discipline. You want a baller, you can't call a man broke for making good financial decisions. Which, to be fair, you're just saying don't be cheap. But
Yeah, I don't know what was so dating is expensive, so you just need to be in your league. Like if you can't afford
Doesn't
a
have to
5-star dinner, you don't have to go to a 5-star dinner. But then you have to find a girl who's totally fine doing whatever you want to do. And I'm not saying that one way is better than the other. I'm saying there's options. So if I say that this is what I want, you can like the whole. So when I had this coffee walk, they went viral. Everybody was calling me high maintenance. Like right now, when you Google high maintenance influencer, my picture shows up literally. So
Put that up right now.
and I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's your brand. That's brand
Yeah.
management.
Yeah, I
You're
made,
saying you're
I
high
made
maintenance.
merch. I sold out in 2 days. So
I got a question for you. I have a
Yes.
question for you. Here's my question. So,
there
There she is. I mean,
she is.
so
we have the high maintenance influencer here with us today. Coco, how does that make you feel that you are the high
Quotes and
maintenance
all, man.
influencer?
It makes me feel cool.
Why?
were you
just-
always the high maintenance girl?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Because so I don't think it's any secret because you put this on your Instagram that you're
Yeah.
30 years old right now.
31.
Correct? 31 years old.
Yes.
When you were 21,
Yeah.
were your standards just as high?
Yes. You know why?
Was your sense of entitlement just as high?
Yes. Because I was working since I was 16. I'm born and raised in Croatia. When my friends were hanging out with their family vacations, I was working. And I started working like washing windshields. I thought that was so cool. Then I worked everywhere. And then I started working at this like pretty famous nightclub in Croatia. And I started as a hostess. And after like 2-3 years of working there, they promoted me to be a manager. So I was just surrounded with a lot of high-end people. And Croatia is a really hot spot for vacations that a lot of, rich people go there.
I got to hook you up with our friend Marco.
Gojanovic?
Yeah.
I know him.
He was just on the podcast sitting here last
really?
week. That's my boy.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Croatian sensation.
Yeah, no,
Shout out to Marco. That's my guy. He's just here last week talking real estate.
Yeah, I was talking to...
I told everybody, if you want to understand what's going on in Miami, call Marco.
No,
but
yeah.
people didn't believe me.
I'm friends with his girlfriend, yeah.
She's Croatian as well.
Yeah, she is.
All right, so there you are. You're in Croatia. You're washing cars. You're working at the hottest nightclub.
Yeah.
You're high maintenance as hell.
Yeah, because I'm used to, I was working a lot, so I have the work ethic. And then I was surrounded with people who already made it. I mean, in that kind of circumstance. So it's just, for me, nothing else really, like, this is how I grew up. This is what I learned. And then when I came to the States, and that's when I saw like this, like splitting bills and this, I'm like, what's going on here? Like, you go on a date with a girl, you invite a girl out on a date, and you don't even want to treat her on a date. Like,
first date, yeah. Absolutely unacceptable.
And if you don't respect her enough to pay for her meal, like, it's not about money. It's like, you invited her.
Totally agree.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get to the next point. We just, I don't know who won that round. That was not even like that was just like a fierce debate, spirited debate. Let's talk money for a second. Let's figure out, are we all in agreement that a man should pay for the first date?
Yes.
Not even a question. How many dates in should a woman pay for dinner?
Well, I think until you're exclusive, you should not split anything. You can buy certain things.
Until you're exclusive?
Yes.
What does exclusive mean?
Meaning having to talk. We are boyfriend, girlfriend now.
What does that talk sound like?
Facebook official.
Yeah, we got that.
We don't use Facebook anymore, guys.
Whatever. I know, for old people. TikTok's for kids. Facebook's for old people.
What is that?
Okay, so the conversation, we are official, is, this is what girls ask me a lot. They're like, how do I know when to bring it up? How do I know this? Okay, so what I say is, if you like a guy and you like where this is going and you want to be in a relationship with him, you should tell him, this is what I want. I want to be in a relationship, and this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Are you looking for the same things? If he says yes, great. You want to do this thing together? You want to like start dating, and that's it. End of story. And then you can start talking openly about finances, and you can't just like leech off of someone, but you also have to be treated like a lady in the beginning. So then if you guys decide not to go forward with having a relationship, I mean, that's fine. But you should tell him, this is what I want. When you realize what you want. So like, you can date somebody for 2-3 weeks, and then you're like, okay, maybe I really want to be with this guy. And then you have a conversation. And if he doesn't want the same things, you're not going to go back to casually dating him again, because you have self-respect.
Yeah. That happened to me recently. A girl hit me with and I think the world of this girl. I just wasn't looking for something very serious with this girl. Yeah. She said, here's what I want. Would like to do it with you. What do you think? And I said, think the world of you. You're great. I'm just not there. And I said, but we could still hang out. And she goes, absolutely not.
Exactly. That's what, because she knows her worth.
You had the talk. You had the talk, is what you had.
And then 2 months went by, and then she randomly hit me up. Hey, want to get your opinion on something? I was like,
Just come sniffing around again.
She was dating somebody, she didn't work out, and then.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think
Never
what are your
sex unless. Okay, forget.
Go ahead, Rolo, weigh in.
So I the only thing I would say is I don't think women should ever pay for dates. To be honest with you, if that's the case. No, I mean, even when you're in that situation, I don't think you need to be the guy. You need to be the man who has more resources than he can expend. That's that's the nuts and bolts of it. And I think there is an expectation of masculine dominance. There's an expectation of this guy is somebody, assuming it gets to a long-term perspective. That guy has to be the one who's saying, okay, I'm the head of the household. I'm the one that's going to be directing I'm in the driver's seat, right? And I don't think that it should even get to the point where it's like, okay, well, we're going to split the bill or whatever. I mean, unless you guys get married and you have some sort of, and I don't even think you should have a joint bank account at that point. You know, I think you were on with Patrick here at one point talking about like how to have guys need to have their own bank account, women have their bank account, you have your joint bank account, and then you have your savings account or something like that, which is kind of ridiculous because most people don't even have $1,000 in their savings account.